Hi guys, and welcome to another explore. Currently in Salisbury Bridge, located in the UK, in West Yorkshire, and today I'm going to be touring the remains of the Rishworth Branch Line, which was just down here, and it branched off the main line, which is next to Salisbury Bridge Station, which is the line that runs from here down to towards Blackpool. So again, I'm not actually from around this area, so there's going to be a lot to explore and find and see what remains left of this this branch line. So the line will have branched off just about probably where the end of that metal fence is, just behind that tractor, and as you can see just there where the trees are zooming in, I believe that the line would have branched off just there, which you can see is all overgrown, which would have gone towards the first Skyhead tunnel. Now the northern portal of the Skyhead tunnel, I found it a bit hard to navigate. I know I'm kind of probably standing just above where it actually runs through to the southern portal, which I'm just approaching Skyhead Road up this really big hill. As you can see, I'm sweating a little bit. It's quite a warm day as well. Won't get the steps in, but yeah, I'm just gonna find my way to the southern portal of the Skyhead tunnel. And bingo, I found the other side of the Skyhead tunnel. You can just make out the portal there, just in that private land. We can't really go in there, and the brickwork just above it, so you can clearly see the line across this bit here, and would have made its way through down in this direction. So as I said guys, I'm not from around here, but I've actually finally managed to get back onto the track after the Skyhead tunnel. So just there is some gasworks which obviously runs over where the old line was, and there's a nice footbridge up here that goes across the top, and then from there we finally managed to get down onto the track bed. Now this railway line linked the villages of Rishworth, Triangle, Bark Island and ripponden. I believe that the stations are still, there are some remnants of all the stations there, so once we get to each station I want to kind of see what we can find in remnants to where they were. So I finally made it onto the track bed. Moving towards Triangle, and there will have been a railway station in this village, which I think there are still some remains left. So yeah, finally made it on to the track, and we're going to see what we can find that remains left on the track bed. So approaching Triangle, I found this nice little footbridge, and the track bed carries on down there. That goes towards Triangle. Very, very muddy. I am not wearing the right footwear for this. These are actually shoes I actually teach sessions in. So good luck to me. So we're approaching the first bridge on the walkable part of the track bed. That'll be a very old structure. It's still beautiful and still intact. I believe you can probably get on top of there as well, but I don't think I'm going to. But there you go, nice little bridge that crosses over the top as we continue our journey. And over the years, obviously there's a lot of the track bed still that remains, but nature really does take its part. A lot of branch lines do end up with things like this, like heavy tree falls. You can imagine what this would have been like back in the day when trains were still running. You know, delays, things like this would have happened often. But now today it can be left alone. We'll carry on our journey towards Triangle and the Triangle railway station. Now there is a walkable path that's just at the side of the line, but it's a bit risky walking down there. As you can clearly see, it's really muddy, and up here there was a lot of rain last night, so we better not go down there. But yeah, plenty of track bed as we carry on towards Triangle. I'm still walking over the where there's a deep cutting. As you can see, it's very steep, so these retaining walls, I'll have mentioned in other videos, kind of protect like slips happening. So any mud slips that may have occurred will have caused risks of train derailments and stuff like that. There's a big one coming up right now. Brilliant. So there is one of the big retaining walls of the line as they approach this cutting, and it carries on down there, which we're just going to see what we can find over there. So I found my way back onto the track. This is coming from the direction that I was walking in, and a bit less muddy now, so I can kind of walk along the track bed now. A bit clearer picture of the retaining walls. Looks a lot better close up. And I'm just going to continue, make my way down this way. Maybe still a little bit muddy, but I think I'll cope. Now, I've walked a lot of branch lines, especially around the Yorkshire area, and I've certainly not seen as much track bed and deep cuttings like this. These ones are brilliant. Old stonework. That seems to continue for quite a while. So yeah, this would have been brilliant for keeping landslips happening, which did occur a lot, especially in the operating days. And there have been stories of mudslips on railway lines. Now, Triangle did have its own railway station. However, I am kind of unsure of the exact location of the where it was. Just in this little area here, which kind of shows some sort of remnants of maybe where it was located, but I might be wrong. So if anyone can help me out, please leave a comment below, unless I do actually find the real location of it. So I'm just gonna make my way further down here and just see what I can find. Now, I'm not sure where I'm going to go from here, but I think there is some little path that might lead me back onto the track outside of the private land, which I believe where Triangle Station was located. So I'm just going to see if I can find the remains of Triangle Station. So I found this next bridge. It's actually double arch, so does it class as a viaduct? I don't know, you guys tell me. But yeah, another piece of structure here that crosses over the top. And as you can see down there, there's more of a little walkway where I can continue walking. So I did assume I actually was on private land, but it says private road, but not private land, so I don't think it's accessible for vehicles, but you are allowed to walk down in this direction. So let's see what we can find down this way. Unsure if this is anything to do with the line. I'm not too sure what that was for. It says gas on it. So I've just bumped into a couple walking down the line, and the poor lass had sandals on, and I don't know how she's going to walk through this as it's super muddy. However, as I mentioned before about the location of the Triangle station, I believe the guy told me that the where I said the station was actually the location of the station, because the photo that I saw on the internet has a station building. However, I believe that building has been demolished, which he said that had happened. So walking through Triangle, that would have been where the station actually was. So I'm assuming that I'm coming up towards the Ripponden and Bark Island station. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm just going to make my way just parallel to the line just to avoid all this mud. As I say, it's not very pleasant, but hey ho. I believe I'm walking next to a river. I don't know, I think the river's called River Ripponden or something, I'm not too sure. I'll find out and I'll post it once I've researched it. And just coming up towards, I think, another bridge that's on the line. And yeah, I think I can just, there's the river down there. There's a little, probably a little culvert, there's a stream that goes down into the river. And I think the river Calder's around here somewhere as well. Yeah, you can see there's like a little, yeah, definitely a culvert that runs through underneath the track bed before you get to this bridge. And here we are, another railway bridge. Another old piece of history there. And it's always good when they keep a structure up rather than demolish them. And there we go. Now after the bridge, we approach another deep cutting. And yeah, cuttings always can tell remnants of a railway line. Absolutely brilliant. It's nice and peaceful. You can hear the river running next to you, and with it being the Queen's Jubilee as well, you can actually hear, or kind of hear music in the background, and you can actually smell food cooking, which, to say I feel like I'm a bit of a distance away. The food smells nice, so it makes the journey even more pleasant. Just a shame I can't eat anything. But yeah, here's a really deep cutting here as we approach Ripponden. I am actually starting to lose my bearings a little bit, actually. Like I say, with not being from around here, I have to research where I actually am, and if the Ripponden railway station does actually have any remains left when I get there. Another bridge. Now these bridges seem to all look the same, actually. They look the same shape, but yeah, this is another bridge. I think it's the fourth bridge that I've come to. Another good piece of structure here. Albeit with a bit of graffiti, which tends to ruin it a lot, but hey ho. And these gates, I'm sure, allow this to be a bridleway, but obviously inaccessible for vehicles. So that's why they seem to gate these bridges off, if they don't want vehicles to access. So I've actually just found some actual railway.
Yeah. This is a bit true, isn't it? It gets a bit overgrown, you can't see it.
You'll be in my video. Yep, so yeah, this lady that I've just bumped into has just shown me this little bit of railway that's actually still left. You can see the sleepers, and yeah, you can see some of the track. It's actually the first time I've actually encountered any remaining track on any branch line. And it just runs just down here. But wow, that's got to be about 150 years old. So there must have been a bridge here that crossed over and carried on. So you can clearly see there's a gap and some structure here, and then down there it sort of seems to be blocked off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of follow this little path up here and then see if I can make my way back onto the line. So yeah, I've just came across that bridge, and then fortunately there was a family that we had to help each other over this wall to get off the actual line, because the moment now I'm walking adjacent to the line, but it's now private property. So now what I'm gonna have to do is find my way back to it and try and make my way towards Ripponden. I think this is still some track bed. It takes you down here, and it's fenced off. So I don't know how much private land actually occupies the old line, but I think you can just see here. I don't want to film too much. I think it looks like someone's gardening, so I'll be a bit respectful and turn off the camera and then come out. So I've just come to this little area in Ripponden where I found a bridge that looks like it must have gone over here, which has been demolished, and then the line must have continued down in that direction. So again, I need to find my way back onto the line, so I'm just going to go down here and see if I can find my way back on somehow. I have been told that you can get back onto it somewhere, so without invading any private land, I'm hoping to find it. So I found this public footpath that should be able to get me back onto the line, but goodness knows where I can retrace it from. So I'm assuming that when I get up here, I'll be able to find a little where I can carry on walking. And little bit known, just as I spoke, just found this little gate that leads back onto the track bed just after the bridge. So the bridge that I've just shown you, and I've just found it here, but I just hope I'm not on private land here. I think I am, so I'll just come off and then carry on walking down and see if I can get back onto it somewhere. Yep, and I found my way back on. Does that give it away? I think it does. So let's make our way back onto the line. That's not private land, and here I am. And again, another deep cutting, another sloped railway bridge, and I think that's like the fourth or fifth one that I've come across that actually looks exactly the same, which then approaches the cuttings. Now I have a slight hunch as well that this potentially may have been where the Ripponden rail station was. And again, it does widen, but there is no platform remnants. The station may have been located slightly in a different area, but this could have been a potential location of the station. So if you know, please comment as we continue our journey. More track bed as we approach, coming towards Rishworth. I am not going down there. Would you? So I'm just going to walk adjacent to the line. See what we'll come across. Well, now there is a walkable path that it looks like has been routed. However, there are a lot of tree falls and brambles down there, so I mean, I could take a trip back down there and carry on walking, but these slopes are a bit too steep and it'd mean walking back on myself. So I'm just going to continue down here and see if I can find a way back onto the track bed, and hopefully there'll be no more tree falls and I can be able to walk. And I've approached another bridge now. It's probably the 6th one across the line, and it's some stairs that lead me back onto the track, which looks like it's been cleared, so it's going to be made walkable. So just have a look at the bridge before we go down there. Yep, nature's overgrown and taken its toll. So yeah, it's definitely not maintained down here. However, it must be down here somewhere, so let's see what we come across as we walk along. So I just thought I'd bring this up. As I was walking, I could smell food, and even though things were quite a far distance, I was assuming I could smell food cooking. It was actually the garlic plants that I could smell, so have your little laugh there, but as I carried on walking, I just kind of clicked, yeah, the food I could smell was the garlic plants. Another bridge. That continues on towards Rishworth. That's it. Now, was this potentially Rishworth railway station? I am unsure. However, these little stones here look like remnants of maybe some platforms. I might be wrong, but certainly do look like it potentially could have been where the railway station was. If you do know for definite, please leave a comment, but the wall does seem to go for quite some time. I believe that Rishworth was the terminus of the line. So yeah, was this Rishworth railway station? And I think it probably was, because as you can just see here, this definitely was a platform. It's got to have been. I'm trying to find things that give clues away. Don't know what this is. Is it a piece of railway history? I'm not sure, but here there seems to be a lot of obstacles that suggest to me that this is where the line terminated. So due to the clues with the platforms, and then there seems to be like a risen block here. I'm assuming that this is where the train railway station stopped. However, I'm not sure if that's track bed going down there, so I am assuming that this was the location of Rishworth railway station. The map tells me that I am only 3 miles away from Rishworth, so yeah, was this Rishworth railway station? Please leave a comment if you do know, and unless you know if it went any further on beyond here. There's some walls just down there that tell me that potentially this was the station, and the platforms are down there. So guys, that was the Rishworth Branch Line, and clearly woodland has actually over-dominated this one as I'm walking through the woods to go back to Triangle to go pick up my car and drive home. But yeah, really good explore this one, and I hope you enjoyed it. So if there are any things that I could have added in the video or things that I might have done wrong, like I say, I'm not from this area, so I'm not entirely sure 100%, and I have done some research on the line, and I'm going to put some pictures together, see if I can compare the photos of the railway stations. But thank you for joining me on this really good explore, and I'll see you for another video. Enjoy your bank holiday weekend, guys.